What's
Yeah.
up? What do you want to talk about?
We gotta move this one because it's sad to see, but it was like it was gonna happen eventually, and yeah, Microsoft fires 10,000 employees.
Oh yeah,
Um, a majority of them come from 343 Industries, who are the people who make Halo. Um, and yeah, the franchise Halo is very beloved to me. Like I love Halo. I've been playing since like Halo 3, and I've been playing since Halo 2, to be honest. And Yeah, it's just the leadership at 343 haven't made a really good Halo game. They've always caught up. They've always made Halo 4. Didn't have features, but they brought the features back in. Same thing with Halo 5. Like they didn't launch with all the features, but they eventually put it in. And Halo Infinite was their saving grace, you know. Uh that's the game that I was expecting them to come back full force and show and prove to people that they're a company that can put out quality games. And as high hopes as I had for that company, unfortunately, you know,
yeah,
they didn't deliver.
man, yeah. I would say we're both huge Halo fans.
Yeah.
We definitely. You start with Halo 2. I start with Halo 3, but we were there for just for the franchise. We were there for like midnight launches and bought all the DLCs for like on the Bungie days, and we're actually fans of the 343 games. Not giant fans, but we actually like Halo 4. We liked the gameplay of Halo 5. You know, like the multiplayer wasn't super bad. There wasn't a campaign in Halo 5, so you know. But
I don't remember what
but and then uh, but then and then Halo Infinite too. Halo Infinite's campaign and everything. I think Halo Infinite was the one of the most perfect Halo games out there, done by 343.
Yeah, I would
And
say Halo Infinite for me personally, like the campaign, is one of those things like just like the Rise of Skywalker, where they had to play it completely safe in terms
mhm.
of story, just because of how hated the Halo 5 campaign was. And it's good? Question mark. Like it's good to um
Redcon and Redcon.
yeah, but it's also good to like have a bouncing off point. Like if Halo Infinite was a success, as I said, if they had everything at launch and they were ready to make more campaign stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like I could definitely see them launching into a better story, because ending it with the endless and who the fuck are the endless and all that stuff, like there's the mystery again that people love by Halo. It's like, oh my god, there's like this thing that no one knows
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
Uh,
Who's Jason?
Joseph.
Joseph. My bad, said Jason. Joseph.
Joseph is the messiah of the Halo universe. Like he's the guy who everyone had their hopes up. You know what I'm saying? If he's in charge, then Halo's in good hands because he started from the very beginning. He's like Halo's father. You know what I'm saying? So, but his role before joining 343 was that he's the guy who'd get into a company and
He was a
make
game
sure that
publisher.
there you go, yeah. And he'd make sure that the game launched right. That was like his specialty after Bungie or whatever. And so he came in here in 343 after the debacle of Halo Infinite, and everyone had high hopes that you know they'd fix Halo Infinite, and unfortunately, he left as well. So
Yeah.
it's completely there
Quote
is no.
unquote left. He definitely got canned, but
I
uh,
don't know if he got canned because he went back to his position. He went back to being the publisher.
he also said that when he first joined 343 that it was going to be a limited time thing too. He said that when he
Yes,
was
he
done
did
at
say
343, he was going to go back to game publishing. But I mean, when you're doing clean house of all these employees, I bet they looked at Joseph, and were just kind of like, "Yo, like now's the time," you know. So
yes.
we're mostly just talking about this right now because it doesn't look good for Halo not only Halo Infinite, but I maybe the entire franchise. Um,
Yeah.
and
And it's weird because people online are saying it's time to give Halo a break. It's time that Halo, you know, this is a good thing. Like maybe is like, hey, it's been 5 years since the last Halo. Like it's not Call of Duty where it releases every year, or an Assassin's Creed where people are sick and tired of Assassin's Creed. Like there is no reason why they should put it on ice after Halo Infinite for sure. But like it's been 5 years, folks. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like we shouldn't be tired of
yeah.
Microsoft's flagship company. I mean flagship game.
No,
It's just
absolutely. This isn't. Yeah, like you said, it's not. Halo can't be put on ice because, well, not only that, but like, fuck, dude, we've had 3 games from 343 in the past like 10 years of Halo 4 games. My God, 4. Oh yeah, Master Chief Collection.
yeah.
10 out that game's 10 out of 10. Love that game. But
10 out of 10 now, but when it
yeah,
released, it took 2 years to get that
yeah.
game to where it is now.
Um. So, as someone who, I don't know about your opinion, but I know I actually really, really enjoyed Infinite. Like I really did.
Yeah, same.
The monetization stuff, that's where I can, yeah, I'll throw my hat in the same in that ring of everyone else agreeing that this didn't know how to do the free to play service and free content and all that stuff. But if you wanted to go first with the positives, that 343, think about this, 343 made what every reviewer said when Halo Infinite came out, a sequel to Halo 3. And it truly feels really fun to play Halo Infinite.
I think
And
that is,
then and then
yeah,
they captured the art style. That was another controversy. And they captured. We were all like, "Oh, this looks like Halo." And then what was the other one?
I would
Oh,
say on,
sprinting. There's a sprinting debate's gone now because they fucking figured out sprinting.
yeah,
The grunts are all funny. Nothing's all super serious in this, Halo universe. There's like little funny propaganda towers of grunts yelling at you and shit like that. It's like
yeah,
it's not all super serious. They did a lot of stuff that I'm like, okay, this is great. Like it's just fun. Um, the lore, the campaign, the open world is a, I'm not gonna say a 10/10, but like it's a really good campaign. Story was pretty cool too.
yeah.
But I find it funny that people hated them so much for all the stuff they took out, which is warranted, like split screen and all, and Forge not launching all that stuff. Then a hashtag comes out saying fire 343 because they cut split screen and people got so mad. And now that it's actually happening, I'm seeing all these people on the internet saying, "What the? They can't get rid of 343. That's the death of Halo." It's like you guys asked what's going on. Like,
You willed this into
yeah,
being,
you better listen to me.
and
Be
the
careful
thing
what
is,
you wish for.
yeah, and the thing is, I mean, it's so warranted. Like, it sucks to see, but I hate seeing a franchise with so much potential just completely not live up to the hype. And yeah, like you said, there's so much good about Halo Infinite, but this game needed to launch with Forge. This game needed to launch with I mean, it didn't even launch with Slayer. It didn't even fucking launch with Slayer, bro. Like the most basic thing. Like it
It's the worst content drive I've ever seen in a game.
yeah.
Ever, ever, ever.
And
Fucking
isn't it
Super Mario
funny
Strikers on the Switch have more content than this shit.
and isn't it funny that they fired uh the majority of the single player, but they kept most of the multiplayer people just because of the store and because of the Microsoft ecosystem, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they gotta keep it
And
alive.
yeah, and here's a probably the hottest um back and forth that I'm seeing online is who shares the most blame? Is it 343 or is it Microsoft? Because it's Microsoft is the one who uh is laying down concepts in these games, and most of the driving force is trying to build a store, build the microtransactions, build free to play, and driving more resources into that. They did the same thing in for Halo 5 with the loot boxes, or the
Yeah, yeah. The whole, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. And so, or and maybe they were also the ones who made the whole Halo 4, they maybe they were the ones that were like, "Hey, we want this to compete with Call of Duty, so we want loadouts, we want Call of Duty." I'm not saying that maybe I'm just saying that with each iteration of Halo, it feels like uh it's strayed further and further away from uh the most basic Halo game you can make, to try and keep itself uh relevant. Well, now it's more, oh, like, how can we make more money off of this? And so a lot of people are thinking, or a lot of people are online right now are like, is it Microsoft's fault or is it 343's fault? What do you think of that? Where
Okay.
do you lie in that situation? Because
Yeah.
for me, it and it sucked. It's I don't want to. I think both. I don't want to be I
Of
have to be a
course.
centrist on
Yeah.
this, but I just genuinely there is no. I think it's both share the blame equally. Uh,
A lot of people
yeah.
from 343 were tweeting. A lot of people got laid off, tweeted, and some of them tweeted some like I forgot who it is. I think his name is Mike. Sorry if I forgot the guy's name, but the guy was straight up said one of the main faults of Infinite's fall was just a lack of leadership and proper direction from leaders. So they constantly kept saying, and also saying that outsourcing. I forgot what the right word is, but they essentially outsource like contractors to make stuff that like basically on the cheap to make it work for Halo Infinite, and they were
You
like,
see,
"This is not
the
the way it's supposed to be done, man."
and the more people like, the more you say that, the more I think this solely lies on Microsoft, because Microsoft is the one who's bringing in these contractors for a year, maybe 6 months, and
Yeah,
then letting them go, and then the next guy has to come in and figure out the programming, figure out what the last guy left off, where the last guy left off, instead of keeping these people in house and giving them stable jobs. Um, it's just a yeah, no question. It's incompetence from the higher ups. Um, and like I said, they have to devote their resources to trying to figure out how to make a free to play game for Halo. Like that's not easy to do. You know, like it's not. I would say it's Microsoft's fault if it weren't for their track record. Like they have
Oof.
made they have made 4 Halo games, and they all launched terribly. So it's like I don't know.
It's okay, okay, okay. I like how I'm playing the apologize like the I'm trying to apologize for like but like
Yeah,
315 Joe's like stop it. Um,
cut it out.
I no, absolutely. I can't think of any other company that's fucked up more than they did. I I know Halo 4. There was the first game, Halo 4 launch, and with really like people actually really dug the campaign. Um, it definitely was the multiplayer side of making it Call of Duty with like loadouts and everything, like you said. That was, but that's like a. I still think that's like not as big of a controversy as it laid on Halo 4. I remember
Yes,
Halo 4 coming out and being like it was still on fire and everything. Yeah, there was still a felt very Call of Duty ish, but it was like it was okay, okay.
that
It
I agree on that. There was promise after Halo 4.
yeah. There's something where I was like, okay, we're okay with this.
Maybe it's in good hands.
Yeah. Uh, except for the whole Promethean weapon stuff. But then uh, Halo 5, the the last Jedi of the Halo franchise, is where that's the one that people just the campaign. No one like no not a I can't think of a single soul who actually liked that campaign, myself included. Multiplayer was I liked it a lot. I know I liked it a lot. Reception to a lot of people were just kind of like it's
Halo 5 multiplayer is incredible. Like,
yeah
don't
I
get
like it a
it
lot.
twisted. Yeah,
I do know
that
some people. I do know some people who say it was just like fine. They just didn't like all the abilities that you can do, but it wasn't too controversial. It wasn't like the thing that people always talk about. But Halo 5's campaign was the biggest hit that the
yeah
franchise
for
got.
sure.
We're like, oh man. And then of course we have Halo Master Chief Collection that It was not even controversy. The game was just broken for like 2 years. You couldn't even play it. They launched a broken game. So I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then we have Halo Infinite. And Halo Infinite was the first time for a games of service thing. And it's funny because I think I think they checked off everything they needed to do that's really important. Like a new engine, new art style, gameplay, balance, like a lot of shit. I'm like, okay, making it feel new, like equipment and shit that you pick up in an arena. Like they did a lot of stuff great. Then the games of service stuff was the worst I've ever seen. Like, well, not worse than EA's Battlefront. I take that back. But
Yeah.
yeah, they got a lot of hits. So I'm gonna ask you this then. Everyone's saying this now. Do they give the Halo franchise to another company? They are taking Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard. Do they give it to one of the Call of Duty people? Do they give it to id Software? They give it to I don't know, Coalition.
Yeah. It. I don't think it matters. And this is like the scariest thing because I'm such a Microsoft, fanboy. Um,
If for
but
anyone
if
watching, Joe's the Xbox guy. Like he's
yeah,
the Xbox guy.
and it's just if Microsoft couldn't save their own baby, like their own child, just neglected. You know what I'm saying?
They're Mario.
They're Mario. If they couldn't save that, then I have no hope. Like 343 was built solely to make Halo games, and it is a Microsoft studio. Like they report directly to Microsoft. Um, so if they can't make it, and they just pass the franchise to another company, like I don't see. Honestly, I also don't see uh, another studio being uh, being excited to work on another Halo.
I was thinking that too. I've seen a
Like
lot of
I
people on
don't.
the internet say, "Give it to this, give it to that." I'm like, why would they do that? They're doing Doom.
Yeah,
They're
because
doing fine by
with
themselves.
because with it comes the fan base, which is the fan base is the most passionate, but also the most vitriolic. Like if you don't have your shit together, I mean, you're gonna fucking feel it.
It could be
Uh,
the fact that we've been getting hit in the nuts for fucking 10 years by one studio.
for
So,
sure.
like, come
Just
on.
completely teabagged for fucking.
Like as soon as you mess up, we're just like, you fucking king, like you were so close.
Um, and also, I guarantee you, there if, if Microsoft isn't gonna be the same way. They're definitely if they give it to a different company, they're gonna be micromanaging the fuck out of that. They're gonna because they don't want it to happen again, obviously. Um, at least I feel like they're
That's a good
uh,
point.
so whoever takes this is going to be beholden to Microsoft. Like they are 100%. I mean, they fired Bonnie Ross. I know she did a leave of absence, but
Yeah, no,
that to me was like, okay, they're pissed.
yeah.
Uh, when it's solely their kind of their fault, but whoever takes it, like I said, is gonna come under some heavy duty
Yeah.
management.
If I'm being honest, when I read the Bonnie Ross leaving, and I was just being like, I mean, maybe it is a leadership thingy, and then, like, I was just like, I'll wait it out. And after Joseph left, it, I wasn't that broken by that news, kind of, because yes, this guy is like, like this guy's dorky. Like he loves Halo nerdy stuff. Like he's so fantastic. But he's also like spokesman. He's also the guy who comes out on the streams and the videos and stuff like that, and has to take all the negative stuff and has to say what he needs to say and take it on the chin. And we all have to look at him and be like, but it's Joseph.
Yeah.
I if whatever's happening at 343, if they are restructuring, if that is, I'm just assuming what the plan is. If they're restructuring 343, hearing Joseph and hearing Bonnie Ross and hearing a lot of layoffs makes me kind of like, okay, somewhat optimistic. Like I'm open to the idea of bringing in some new people in there and some new leadership that can like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just been the same for 10 years. That maybe we just need a whole new, maybe not entire new studio, but a lot of the leadership gone.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
open
know
to
if
it.
I don't know if this is true or not, but it just today, like an hour ago, GameStop
Oh, breaking news.
breaking news: 343 will no longer develop future Halo games, but will oversee outside development. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
That's dog shit. That's not real.
If it's real,
I got
I
my sources. I'll check it out. I get your hands off me.
yeah, if that's real, I mean we are
That's
official.
heartbreaking. That I'm not kidding. That's heartbreaking. I really. My next question was gonna ask: do you think Halo Infinite's dead? Because I really like Halo Infinite, but the idea of like this game that was gonna be a 10 years service game being dead in what, like 2 years essentially. Because if
A
they got
year.
rid of the campaign people, I think we've all bit the bullet now. I know I've seen some people like we don't know it. No, I don't think there's gonna be any DLC, campaign DLC.
Yeah,
So it looks like this game's on its last legs. It looks like it's right now, like it's on its last legs. And if that's the case, that it's on its last legs, I don't want them to get rid of 343.
yeah. I don't know where I stand on that. It's just for me. Um, I feel so after Joseph leaving. I 100% feel that like just defeated as a fan.
But
Um,
but don't you think like maybe we need like some new people in there?
the thing is that like I really wanted this game to be like a No Man's Skies where it comes back. You know, you told me a few weeks ago like what do you think they should do now? Like and I said battle royale, battle
Yeah.
royale, add the battle royale. Like as I was so against battle royale because I just wanted a true Halo game, but uh, people weren't playing Halo, and I want Halo to be back in the forefront. You know, and after playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and seeing everything that that game has raids, that game has uh, battle royale, DMZ, the regular multiplayer. Like it has so much to give people, and I'm looking at Halo and I'm like, the multiplayer is gonna cut it, guys. Like I think like Forge
You're
is fantastic,
you're
but
essentially want right now like anything to save this franchise. Like
yeah,
give us a
and
battle royale, fucking give us
exactly,
Cookie Mama. Like I don't like give
yeah,
us like Mario Party at this point for to save this
exactly.
franchise.
Like
Um, go on.
we need something to give it life, you know,
Yeah.
to
Okay.
bring.
I googled the thing, and yeah, the only thing that's coming up right now, what you just said about GameSpot, the only thing coming up right now is the GameSpot 343 Industries will no longer be making Halo games, but will oversee outside development. Yeah, it just launched, but I can't see any other outlet confirming it. No Kotaku, no Eurogamer,
Yeah,
and I don't know. GameSpot's kind of stupid sometimes. They be saying
it's
stuff that,
definitely a
but
rumor. It's definitely a
I
rumor.
think it's a rumor. I found this one that came out, Game Rant. They were reportedly done leading development in new Halo games by Game Rant, but I don't know much about Game Rant. They could just be following up on GameSpot's thing, but
Yeah.
wow. Okay, then let's talk about that. What do you think if that's it? 343 is done with Halo.
Whew, man, I got chills. Yeah, it's been 10 years.
No, I don't want 343 to go away, man. They come on. Infinite was cool. Like
It,
I'm with you. I wanted Infinite to be a No Man's Skies and a fucking like Star Wars Battlefront 2 ish.
I
Uh,
don't think, like I
man,
said, I don't think it's 100% on 343. Like there are resources were taken from making a true Halo game to try and make a store and a microtransactions and free to play. Like these are all coming from people up top who want that them to move the resources to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just 343, and it sucks that that company is pretty much dead if this is true.
oh man, oh
Uh,
man.
I feel terrible But at the same time, man, they just couldn't put it out. You know, they couldn't put out a good Halo game, so
Yeah, they struck out. That's it.
they
They
struck
struck
out.
out.
Like
Mm.
I, if this is, I hope it's not true because the guy who they put in now was the guy who fixed
A
uh,
legend.
yeah, the Master Chief collection. I think his name is Pierre or something.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was.
And I would love to see how he fixes uh Halo Infinite.
If I'd seen his track record with the Master Chief Collection, boy, one
Exactly.
of the
Like,
best collections ever, man. That shit's so good.
yeah, he's trusted. You know what I'm saying?
You know he allowed to mod support, and he like retweets people who mod Master Chief Collection, and he goes like, "Yo, this is fire." I'm like,
This
"Alright,
man.
guys, like,
Yeah.
yo, gee, um, damn, 343 not making Halo games anymore." That's why I was so okay with the idea of Joseph leaving, Benoit's leaving, because I'm thinking maybe, like they said, maybe a leadership kind of thing. I know they laid off a bunch of like small employees too, but like basically, I'm thinking we can keep 343 and keep a maybe like half of it still, of 343, and a bunch of new employees and maybe some new leadership. You know what I mean? Like build it from the ground up again, but still have the same heart and soul of 343. Because I
Yeah.
thought, I really did like Infinite and its art style and games and weapons and balance and shit. But the idea to be like, that's it, no more. Like they're not making Halo games anymore, which is funny because that was 343's original job before, even before they made Halo games, was they oversaw like everyone who worked at 343 or people who oversaw Bungie's games. They
Yeah.
they they help with multiplayer and some of the guns and stuff like that. So then when Bungie left, they were just like, you guys always are the one like um, watching over I guess Halo, and seeing how it worked. How about you guys make the Halo game? So I guess they're going back to what they originally just
I don't even know how you rectify this or bring back hope for Halo fans because these people are probably the most passionate people you want to make a Halo game.
exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
And it's weird that it's like that 343 is just gone or if that they're actually like Halo is actually dead if
Oh
343
man,
goes
don't
under,
say
you
that.
know?
You think Halo's dead? That was trending.
Yeah, and here's another thing like if this acquisition goes through where they get Call of Duty and Activision Blizzard, they Halo is no longer Microsoft's go-to um,
Yeah.
first-person shooter. Their new baby is Call of Duty. There's no need to have a um, Halo, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what I don't. I do think that Microsoft. Um, I don't think the franchise is dead because I know it's what started the Xbox. You know, they're not gonna let just um, their franchise die. You know,
Yeah.
but I do think that at this point,
It's an exaggeration, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a dead franchise,
Yeah.
but as of the moment, it's in a coma. You know.
That's exactly how I would put it. We're just waiting.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, we're in a dark time for Halo as Halo fans, the Halo franchise. Um, I guess what do you think if this news is true? To you think Microsoft would just give it to a new company, or maybe make a new company?
No, do not make a new company, dude. Like, absolutely not. Um, yeah, I think the best option if I was the head of Microsoft is me personally, I would restructure 343. Uh,
Same. That's exactly my job.
I would restructure 343. Like um I wouldn't fire contractors. I wouldn't even hire contractors, you know. I know games take a long time to make. Um but I would say like if you guys are as passionate Halo fans as you know you guys say you are, you know, stick around, man. 5 years. I know 5 years is a lifetime, but we don't have to make a 5 year game. We can make a game that's 3 years long. You know what I'm saying? And really build off of off Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite could you can make a sequel if they work on it now.
Halo
Make a
7.
sequel. Yeah, Halo 7, Halo. Infinite times
This
two.
I had on my
Uh,
hat.
yeah.
Um, wow, that's I can't imagine. Halo 7. This time we got it right. Like, bro.
I
I know
just
I
think
contradicted myself there, but still, like, it's heartbreaking.
I that is a thing I want so bad to understand where things went wrong, because everything I hear about Halo, the development of Halo Infinite, and hearing that uh, they had to redo everything in 2019 or something like that. Um, I want to know what exactly like was the turning point where they realized, shit, we don't have a finished game. Um, because through your mistakes, you learn what your mistakes were. You know what I'm saying, and how not to replicate that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
They, uh, yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I know the engine was something. They made a brand
Yeah,
new engine called Suitsbait, and it's just too buggy. And where now they're ditching it and just focusing on what's on the market that everyone uses, as like Unreal Engine 5 and shit.
yeah.
Um, and look, like what I see majority of on the online on the internet through Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff, right? Are people are sad. No one's out here going like, "Fuck yeah, guess they're getting rid of people from 343 and like fucking." Finally, they might give it to a new developer. I'm seeing a lot of more of a this sucks because we like Halo, and seeing all these layoffs and stuff like that, it looks more like they're just getting rid of the idea of saving Halo Infinite, and then either just starting all over again or give it to another developer, and we're all like, wait a minute, like don't like do that. Um, I'm seeing a lot of more of a turmoil, kind of like we don't know what to do here.
It's weird because I don't blame them. I don't blame them, but I also do blame them. It's so
Yeah,
conflicting.
it's really conflicting. Do you blame the fan base?
Huh?
You blame the fan base
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The fan base can be very, you know, abrasive and stuff like that, but
and man children.
you have to deliver. Like there is a like that's with any fan base. Like I see the same shit for Call of Duty. Like people being like, "This Call of Duty sucks," and I'm playing the game and I'm like, "Dude, this game is phenomenal."
Who
What
the
are you
hell
guys
says it
talking?
sucks? I'm not.
Yeah,
Even,
yeah,
I don't even play Call of Duty, and all I keep hearing about is how amazing it is.
yeah. And so, um, like, I don't blame the fans because the fans, you just have to put out a really good Halo game, you know. Uh, and if anything, 343 was taking the fan base, um, and really utilizing what they have to say in the year that it came out. Um, but yeah, just a lot of decisions that were made that fans didn't want. Like, well, I remember when they said like, "Oh, it's gonna be free to play," and like you couldn't choose your colors anymore. It was so backwards that fans were like, "What? Why would
Yeah,
you? Why would you get rid of something that like is a staple to?" And
the split
I just
screen.
get yeah, and split screen.
That was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, because people that was the one thing from Halo Five that they didn't have in Halo Five, um, and they promised that it would be in Halo Infinite, and then fans figured out a way to make split screen. So it's once again it's on the it's almost like 343 releases a half baked Halo game, and then the fans have to come in with Forge and modding to figure out a way to make Halo what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like 343 and Microsoft owe the fans way more than being mad at them for voicing their opinion,
Yeah.
because they're the ones keeping it alive. You know?
Yeah. I would agree. I would not. I would not. I know we're part of the fan base, but I guess I mostly mean like the ones who are always yelling on the internet and stuff like that. Some of them are very toxic, yes, but some of them are very passionate. A lot of them, I would say, are mostly passionate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me
Go ahead.
throw a hypothetical. If Halo is put on ice, let's
On
say they, huh?
in cryo sleep.
Yeah, wake me when you need me. Um, let's say they finish Halo Infinite. You know, Pierre actually makes Halo Infinite with the last 343 team. They make a really good, stable Halo Infinite. Um, but in 2 or 3 years, development is completely gone. 343 is completely shuttered. The company is no more. Um, how long do you think Microsoft will sit on Halo?
So you said after 2 to 3 years of support on Halo Infinite?
Yeah, after 2 to 3 years of Halo Infinite.
That's a long development time.
Yeah,
Because then
but it's
the game's been out. Then the game would have been out for 5 years.
yeah, because I do think that
But you're
they're
saying
still
in this hypothetical, it's like
in
this.
this hypothetical. I still think like they're gonna let them finish the game and put out content because it's still a store. There's still microtransactions. You know, they dedicated resources to this game.
So very much like Star Wars Battlefront, just keep the multiplayer alive and just move forward.
Yeah,
But it wouldn't. But I know by the 2 or 3 years, it's not like giant content drops and stuff. It's just multiplayer, so there's not that
yeah.
much buzz around Halo. Very similar to what happened with Halo 5.
I think they sit on it until the next Xbox console, and maybe we get a Halo Wars in there somewhere.
That's not bad. I actually think that would be a pretty good idea. I don't know when the next Xbox console would be, but actually, yeah, no, 2020. So in 2027
Yeah, 2027,
is the next
2028.
Halo game. Damn,
Yeah.
bro, we've already waited like so long for Halo Infinite.
Fucking hopeful we are that we're literally thinking of, okay, like, yeah, next console generation, like we've already been through this mindset. That's crazy to me, man. Oh my god.
The Halo, if your suggestion is that Halo died on two Xbox consoles, on the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, and we
Oh
need
my.
it on the third console, we'll get it right. It's something where I'm like, man, put it out of its misery. Take
Yeah,
it behind the
just
shed and shoot in the head.
oh,
Um, you know what? I like your idea about Halo having a Halo Wars in between. I would agree for that hypothetical. Uh, oh, you said when should they unfreeze Master Chief, basically, the Halo franchise? Okay, if they supported the game for the next 2 to 3 years, yeah, in 3 years, so 20. Oh well, okay, no, because if they supported the game by 2 to 3 years, then it would be 2026, and the next year would be the next Xbox console. So yeah, that hypothetical would work to make the next Halo game on the next Xbox. But man, I can't wait for the next Xbox to play more Halo.
and that's another thing. I can't do uh having to support the previous system. That is a nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
That's like, bro, we have got to move on. I
yeah.
think that was a major thing that fucked up Halo Infinite, was that it needed to release on the Xbox One. It's like, man, no, like we've got to stop that. Like we want people to play the next generation, and devoting resources to try and make Halo Infinite play on Xbox One.
Oh,
That's
oh,
a
oh. I get what you're saying. Yeah. So, be hindered by the console. Previous. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think even waiting for the next generation, it's still gonna fall in the same goddamn trap that it was before by trying to make the next Halo game
Hmm.
available to for Xbox Series X when it should just be focusing
Yeah,
on
yeah, just the next gen, like just
yeah
pure,
the
pure.
next gen.
Yeah, very similar to God of War and Horizon Forbidden West. How they're also on PS4, but they're also on PS5. And people don't like that because they want the PS5 pushed to its limits, but
Yeah,
it has
to
to be, yeah,
fullest potential.
full its potential. Yeah. For your hypothetical, if they supported Halo Infinite all the way up to 2026, then sure, I guess I'll wait for the next Xbox console for Halo. But what I would like would be if they support Halo Infinite. Yeah, I would like if they support Halo Infinite for 2 years, 2.5 years, this
Okay.
year and next year, and just that's dead. But by next year, I like your idea of a spin-offs. I've always wanted Halo to have spin-offs, and I don't just mean Halo Wars. They could do twin stick shooters. They can do fucking third-person games. They can do whatever they want. I think that's a good way to keep the Halo franchise beating its heart alive a little bit to get people
Yes.
interested in this world. And while they're doing spin-offs, I'm giving that to another developer, completely other new people. If they buy Activision Blizzard, they got so many over there to make those spin-offs while 343 is making the next Halo.
Damn. So you're giving it back to Halo
Giving it
343.
back to 343. Let's go, baby. It's my student. I'll give him Halo 7. Let's do it, man.
Honestly, man, I they need to be making the next Halo game, and I don't even say like it needs to be Halo Infinite 2, um, Halo 7. I just think like, and it sucks because they gutted the story division. Um, but in my ideal world, they just make expansion packs for the
Yeah, okay.
campaign. Yeah, for the campaign. It's called Halo Infinite. We could just you know um, build on
Yeah,
top of
yeah,
what we have. You
yeah.
know.
I would love that. The only reason I say I can't see that happening is just Halo Infinite has such a stink on it
Yeah.
that that name itself. Look at the Master Chief Collection. In my opinion, and to a lot of people, it's one of the fucking greatest games of all time. But you bring that up to fucking anyone, they'd be like, that shit was dog water for the first 3 years. Like, it's an amazing game right now. But everyone always brings up that it came out with dog shit, like just broke it. And I know if Halo Infinite tries to pick itself up in the next 10 years, something, we're all just going to be talking about how it just. First impressions are such a big deal. They
It
really
really
are.
is.
Like, it really makes or breaks your game. You could be working on a
Yep.
game for fucking like 4 years or some shit. Not even, like 6. And then your game launch, and everyone's like, okay, it's a pretty good game. And I'll say, what is this microtransaction shit? And they're like, oh, sorry, we fixed it. And then people always remember when the game launched with garbage as micro. You know what I mean? Like, it it's really hard to get a whole new reputation for for your title Halo Infinite now.
Yeah. Truly, truly, it is. And the only defense that I have is that it's they said it's a 10-year game, and games have succeeded even when uh, they had such terrible controversy behind it. No Man's Skies, you know, Cyberpunk, uh, and it just comes to putting out content and make feeding the base that you still have there. You because look how we're talking about 343 and the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah,
So for me, like I've always assumed, and I've always hoped that Halo Infinite, because it's not that far off. That's the part. That's the point that like pisses me off. It's not that far off. You put more people into that game, and you more uh,
effort.
effort into that game, you could have you could have it change. You know what I'm saying?
You think Halo Infinite can be the best Halo game of all
No.
time? Joe, what are you crazy?
Yeah. It's just it's
Ah,
it will always have the stink that you said.
yeah.
Like for our game to be the best, it needs to launch with everything in it. You know.
That's the
But yeah,
only way it can fix itself. I'll tell you that for sure. Yeah, that's what I would like to see if Halo Infinite came back with a shit ton of new content like the Master Chief Collection, like almost everything that's in the Master Chief Collection. Not every campaign or something, like a lot of the features like Invasion and Firefight. But also a bunch of brand new modes with split screen, with new campaign expansions, battle royale. Like that's a way I could see Halo Infinite becoming. But man, that's ambitious as hell.
that is ambitious, and they just gutted half the team at the. It's
Yeah,
it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, and I don't think we're gonna get that. You know. But yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it sucks to see this franchise be in the hole that it is. Especially when Halo Infinite, like I said, isn't that far off. It isn't that far off. Um,
There's still time.
there's still time, damn it. You know. Um, this is just coming from someone who really, really just wants
Yeah.
it to be what it
Like
is. You
if
know.
if you're watching, just know I'm a ride and die Halo. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
writing
give
that,
up. Yo, I'm gonna get them ride and die at Halo.
and I
Now,
want them to have it.
yeah, I
Like it's
want you to have it. I'm telling you, you could after Halo Infinite. Yo, that's all yours. You just
even
gotta,
though,
work
even
for it,
though
bro.
yeah, even though they drop it, they drop it and they break it sometimes. You're like, we could just piece it back together. It's not that
Yeah,
serious.
yeah. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it
Come on.
plays like Halo 3, bro.
It's a sequel to Halo
Oh my,
3.
it's
They made a sequel to Halo 3. You can keep it. You can
you
keep it.
can keep it,
Keep
bro.
it, bro.
It's literally the spiritual successor to Halo 3. It feels like we didn't even have Halo 4 or 5 and it just went straight to Halo Infinite. That's how good the goddamn mechanics, the core mechanics of that
Yeah.
game is. I, what a conflicting time to be a Halo fan. Genuinely, I think this is worse than Halo 5.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I
Just
absolutely agree.
because just because how good Halo Infinite is.
It's more
You
of a
know,
tragedy that a
it's more
lot of it is really great, and the other half is so not even like not just evil, but also dumb. Like just dumb decisions, like really dumb.
yeah.
Um, uh, we'll leave it off with one thing. Isn't it funny that that scene in where in Halo Infinite's campaign where the Espasia, the pilot, breaks down and tells him that he's just like an engineer and he's a coward and he failed and stuff. Master Chief. That's one of the best scenes. That's one of the best scenes in Halo. Yeah, in a long time, especially for coming from Halo 5. The way they wrote, and that's another thing they did great. They wrote Master Chief in the most awesome way
Oh,
ever.
I'm getting goosebumps, man.
But isn't it funny that in that scene, Master Chief sits down and says, "We all fail. We're all human. No, we all fail. We all make mistakes. It's what makes us human."
It's what makes us human, and it's
If 343 wrote that, you guys wrote that. I want you to believe in your own mantra. Cause
yes,
fuck, guys.
like that is how you know, man. That is how you know, like that's how you know that it's coming from people who give a fuck, man.
343, just know we'll ride and die. Halo.
Ride and Die Halo, I would give it to no other studio, and yeah, God, it fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm not completely against 343 not doing Halo because I am interested to see other people, developers, take on Halo. But I would never say completely ditch. You know what I mean?
Honestly, because
Like
maybe you're right. Maybe there is a studio who's just like,
yeah, there's
oh, this is
optimism.
easy.
Yeah,
This is fun.
there's yeah,
Maybe we're just so blind to what the possibility of another studio is.
exactly. Yeah,
Um, but god damn it, if there wasn't some
yeah.
goddamn highlights in that, you know what I'm saying? Some good
Shit.
moments.
That's what I mean. It's like there are 343 developers that know exactly what the fuck they're doing, and
Yeah.
the idea of like never work on Halo again. I'm like, what the, you know?
Yeah, I think we should leave it off here before I start crying.